I love Adam Sandler and met him back then and I played basketball with him. He's just such a great person, just an amazing guy. But that film was really a wonderful experience. I got to work with like heroes of mine, you know. And just remember Chris Farley during the ending part. I was just in awe of him. And I don't know, Lemmy was there, you know, it's just such a surreal experience. Thank you so much.
Championship, and how did the other superstars handling somebody from the entertainment world being champ?
Yeah, at first when they told me, I was like, well, that's a terrible idea. We can't do that. And they're like, no, we're gonna do it. I think Tony Schiavone was the one who was like, you know, he's a real fan, why don't you make him the champ? And I think it kind of went off the rails from there. But, you know, I think they were looking for heat and attention at WCW at the time.
And you give the thumbs up and you come out to Yale and you're alive.
Yeah. That was Wes again. I mean, on the first one, I was supposed to die. My character was supposed to die in Scream 1. But then Wes said, David, we're gonna bring you in. We're gonna put you in a gurney. And we don't know, you might make it, you might not. So they rolled me in once and I'm just kind of like, ugh. And then we did a second take and he's like, okay. And this one just, I think I gave a thumbs up in that one too, or like a wave or something. So this one just give a little like, we know you're all right. I was like, thanks, Wes. I was so happy to know that I might not be dying, but then I didn't know until I saw it. And this is a really funny story. So I used to work at a newsstand on Melrose in Los Angeles, and we'd all hang out there. And I had just done Scream. I was sitting there at the newsstand, and in LA, I don't know if they do it around here, but they'll go around, they'll say, hey, we have a screening for a movie, and if you could come see it, and then you'll fill out a piece of paper and say what you feel about it, they'll take your suggestions or whatever. I was like, great, let me see. And I looked at it, and it was the description of Scream. I had just finished filming this movie, so I was like, sure, I'll go see it. And then I go to Paramount, and I go on the line, I'm waiting in the line, and then someone saw me and they're like, David, you can't be here. And I was like, no, they invited me. And they're like, okay, you have to get in the back. So I saw a really early cut. And my favorite part about that, they put me right in the back, but my favorite part is I was with Wes and I got to watch Wes, watch an audience, watch his film like for the first time or one of the first times. It was just such a great experience because you'd be like, and he'd watch, and they go, ah! And then they all laugh, and he'd like chuckle about it. He got such a kick out of it. I got even a bigger kick out of it.
Thank you.
Why did you want to be killed off in the 5th Scream? Like, we need you. You know,
I know.
You were an important character.
Thank you. I don't really have control over that because I'm not a producer, writer, or director on it. I'm just an actor. I mean, I think I probably could have said, no, I won't. And like, I don't know what they would have done that. I couldn't have said to them, I couldn't have said like, all right, well, you're gonna have Nev and Courtney. That's like 2 girls. Like, and Courtney's character is not even from Woodsboro. I mean, so that would be like me suggesting they kill off my ex-wife. So I was like, and also I didn't want to. And I think there was something to Dewey, like at least he, you know, did have like a hero moment, even though it went south. You know, it's hard because while we're doing this scene, I obviously know as an actor, but also as the character that you gotta shoot him in the head. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, we've been through this enough, like, you know, so you have to kind of suspend your disbelief and like say like, okay, I just want to get these people to safety before, and then the phone call is what distracted me enough. But, you know, I don't know, I guess I could have not done the film. That would have been a way.
Yeah, because it really made me mad when you and Sydney were not in the sixth one.
I
Made me
know.
mad.
Me too.
You guys are the main characters.
I know.
And we love you guys. Like, we need you.
Thank you. It made me mad too, and I definitely was like, come on.
She said, I'm really.
Put Sydney back in. You know, and I think she hopefully will come back in the future.
Yeah. I hope to see you back though too.
Thank you. Anything's possible. You never saw me in the body bag, I just gotta say. I don't know. You could have easily, I mean, wouldn't you at least zip it to make sure it's the right person? And I was the chief of police. So if they did have to swap a John Doe into that body bag, and I was in a hospital, you know, there's notoriously in those Scream movies, there's never anybody in the hospitals.
All right, well, it was very nice to meet you.
You too. I didn't have a severed artery, but I didn't know.
Right. Because you were, first off, mad respect for you for
Thank you.
anyone that says it's not. The amount of blood you lost in the match, I had so much respect for you in wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan. I'm like, this guy's not faking it.
No, it had hit my neck muscle, which saved me. But
Wow.
for a second there, after it happened, it was bleeding so much and it was so painful. And I was like, I'm gonna die.
See,
I
I've
was
seen
like,
a lot of footage from that match, and I have a strong stomach, and even the amount of blood. The pizza box cutter.
yeah. See, that was where it got, kind of went off the rails. And you know, I caused it because I pulled his legs when I wasn't supposed to. But he also, I don't know, I was feeling not safe.
Well, I was going to say I respect you so much for that. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, so what happened was, I thought I was dying.
Wow.
My whole life's flashing before my eyes. I was like thinking about my kids and my family, and then I hear, Davey, it's Luke, because Luke Perry was there. Thoughtful, like he cast my father without me knowing, and my brother, and then just, I don't know, the memories and the gifts that he had given me, I wasn't even as aware, because I was like 26 or something, and 27 by the time we were doing Scream 2, and I was just my mom was sick at the time, and I was really sad and in a sad place. But he'd set up all these things that mean so much to me looking back, even more than when I was in the moment. Like, me and my dad are in a Mad magazine. And as a kid, I loved that magazine. It's like me in a cartoon version of my dad from one of those artists. So little things like that mean so much to me now.
So you were friends with Paul Reubens?
Yeah.
So what are your fondest memories with him?
Oh man, he was one of my best friends. He was just the sweetest guy. Thanks, brother. I just love him so much. I learned so much from him. This is a great Paul Reubens story. He was sick at the end, and I was there with him a lot, and we were driving around, and David Bowie's song came on, and he said, you know, David Bowie asked me to open for him, twice actually. I was like, what? I was like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, why didn't you do it? He said, you don't want to know what I said to David Bowie? And I said, yeah. He said, Pee Wee Herman's not an opening act. I was like, oh my God, Paul. That is so incredible. And, but it shows you the level of like, he was so specific about, you know, Pee Wee and his comedy and the art he did and how he constructed everything, that he did see it that way. And it was important for me to hear, because I'm a lot more like, but it's good to have that confidence and belief in yourself. And he really did. He was such a generous person. He, when I first met him, we'd watch like That's Entertainment, a bunch of That's Entertainment, and it would just, he'd break down scenes for me and like to explain like, oh, this is them and they are that. Oh, you have to watch them and this, and it'd give me lists of movies like Pollyanna to watch. Like, this is a really interesting Disney film. And he would look for little things all the time, like where he'd want to sort of like, oh, that's a cool idea. That's something I could see Pee-wee doing. You know what I mean? And he'd always be thinking about that. And I just miss him. But thank you for asking.
Thank you so much, and sorry for the loss.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.